Alright, what's going on my stock market bulls and bears? I'm your host Terry. Welcome to the channel by the dip. Guys, my LCA, Golden Nugget peeps. I got some cool news for you guys today. Now, hear me out on this one. It's not necessarily the news isn't about LCA and Gnog, but it is a nice little interview with Tilman, which is pretty cool. As an investor, you would like to hear how your CEO is doing in the business world. So I have a cool article here to show you today. And by the way, if you guys are looking to buy shares, $14.38 a share today, go pick yourself up some shares today. Good buying price right now before the stock name changes. But I'm going to minimize my box here really small for this one because I want you guys to mainly focus on this article here. This is really cool. This was by Cnbc. They did an interview back on, I think it was the 15th of September. There's a couple of these interviews, and I'm going to go over one of them today. And this was Tilman Fertitta on the state of the restaurant business. So, like I said, it's not necessarily about Gnog or LCA, but it's cool to hear from Tilman talking. This was published on September 15th. And it says the National Restaurant Association projects sales loss of $165 billion from March through July, with 8 million workers either furloughed or laid off at the heights of the crisis. Tilman Fertitta, Landry's chairman and CEO, joins Power Lunch to discuss. So this here just says Tilman Fertitta on the restaurant business. 2022 could be a spectacular year. So we're going to get in here. I'm going to be quiet. We're going to watch this video. And we're just going to listen to Tilman and the interview CNBC person. And I just wanted to bring this to you guys because we don't get to hear from Tilman too much. So if anytime I can find a video or an article where Tilman is either interviewed or talking, I'm going to bring it to you guys because it brings us into more insight of how he conducts business. And if you're investing in LCA, you want to know how Tilman is going to take care of that business. So let's get into this video, guys. I'm going to make it big and we're going to play it.
Restaurants in New Jersey, plus the casino in Atlantic City, the Golden Nugget, and we're ecstatic to get 25% occupancy. You would have thought we had found the end of the rainbow. It's exciting. We're also getting Philadelphia, I believe, early next week. We're getting San Diego. We got Miami back. And all these are only like 25%, but it just has such an effect on your business. And what we don't understand is, you know, Governor Cuomo today came out, I believe yesterday or today, and said that there's a less than 1% positive rate in the state of New York. And yet the governor will not override the mayor, de Blasio, in letting us even open up at 25%. Oh, that's right. The mayor said last week, he basically said that restaurants are only for wealthy people. And so why should we open the restaurants? So all of a sudden, you had guests the next day after we all talked about this. There are so many mom and pop restaurants out there. Everybody from every single economic demographic area eats at some type of a restaurant. Y'all have a mayor that is so far removed from this planet to make a statement like that. And he always talked about the coalition between New Jersey and Pennsylvania and New York. And yet the other part of the coalition is opening up now 25%. And now I'm just not upset with de Blasio that Governor Cuomo will not override this man that y'all should impeach out of office if there's a way to do it. It is ridiculous.
Tilman, hi.
Can I just say, guys, I love Tilman, man. He is a businessman. I love this man. I'm going to get back into the rest of this article and make a screen. I just wanted to pause it there. But, man, I just love hearing Tilman. This is why I love investing in LCA, because with this man here owning the Golden Nugget online gaming, he is going to speak his mind. He is not afraid to speak his mind, guys. I love it. Tilman will tell you the way it is. Like I said, if you haven't watched any of his billionaire buyer shows, I highly recommend to go back. I think I might have to get on Hulu and do a little binge watching on some of these billionaire buyers to refresh my memory on the billionaire buyer show, because like I said, if you're investing in a company, you want to know about the CEO. And that's why it's great to hear from Tilman here, because this is more on his restaurant business, but still, it's Tilman and about his casinos that have restaurants, around the world. So it's pretty good. I'm going to minimize this, guys, and we are going to get back into the video here with Tilman and get into it here. So let me get this back to full screen. All right, guys.
Hi, it's Rahel here. As a Philadelphia native, I too was encouraged to hear that we will be opening indoor dining soon. I do want to ask, though, are you concerned at all as the seasons start to change? Here in the Northeast, we're already starting to feel that fall chill in the air in the morning. Are you concerned at all about, as the seasons change, if people will really have an incentive to go outside and want to outdoor dine?
We're extremely concerned, but remember, most of the high-end restaurants in New York and the big volume restaurants, not necessarily high-end, but like my Bill's Burgers in Rockefeller Center, okay, that serves everybody. That's not a high-end restaurant. It doesn't have an outside patio. You can't, in Rockefeller Center, have big outdoor patios. So it's closed, okay, which was a restaurant that served hundreds and hundreds of guests a day. And so, so we also then concerned for the ones who have 10 tables or 12 tables. What's sad about this is, and I'm just going to shoot you straight, Tilman Fertitta isn't going to drive a nicer car or live in a better house because the restaurants in New York open. But my employees are sad that they cannot go back to work. They are losing their minds. And you got to remember, just a couple of statistics, okay? There's $70 billion less in the American economy in the month of August since the stimulus stopped. So they don't have the spending dollars anymore. Last week, they do the test on TSA on Wednesday. Only 25% of your business travelers are all travelers. It's only 25% flying on an airplane today. That's why your airlines are all talking about laying everybody off this fall. The city of New York has got to let us open our restaurants so people will even try to go there for business. Everybody talks about Texas. Oh, it's a pandemic. We're normal in Texas. You go call a hospital in Houston, Texas, or almost anywhere in Texas, our hospitals are operating at extreme normality right now. Okay, we are in a normal city, but the New York people won't even let us come to New York right now without going into quarantine.
So tell us how business has been so far. And
all right, guys, so there it is, man. I love it. I mean, I love hearing Tilman talking his mind. He ain't afraid to speak it. I love it. I'm going to dig in some more and find some more of these Tilman Fertitta power lunches where he speaks his mind. I'm going to bring them to you guys, man. I love it. I just love hearing how he is, man, because it makes me feel even more better about being invested in LCA Gnog, because he is going to be the businessman that you want behind your company, man. This man knows his stuff. So I'm really excited about it. I love seeing these interviews with him. He tells it the way it is. He's a straight shooter. I just love it, man. That's what you want as a CEO. Someone that's not afraid to speak their mind. He'll tell you the way it is. He'll tell you what you think. And there's a good little learning fact that I didn't even know. Tilman said there that the travel for the airplanes is down to 25% right now because of the stimulus stop, which could be, well, the unemployment basically has stopped. So there's no unemployment. So his workers are probably getting the state minimum. And I know for New York, which is what he was saying for this video, New York is very, very expensive to live at. So I don't know. I know from Maryland, the max you can get on unemployment is $430 a week. So I don't know. I mean, I know in New York to rent like a small little studio is probably $2,000 or $4,000. Any New York people down there, any New York people in watching this video, if you live in New York, what is your rent? You can just give us a ballpark figure, but would the unemployment, the basic New York state unemployment, will it cover your rent and utilities and food? Most people don't have vehicles in New York, but does the unemployment alone without any kind of federal boost let you live and survive in New York? I don't know. It's tough. And I could believe his workers are probably really upset right now because they're probably struggling. They want to get back to work. So guys, if you like this video, please smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. I love researching Tilman and finding out what he's doing. Keeping up with LCA and Gnog. So guys, comment down below. I'll reply back to you. And guys, I'll catch you in the next one. And remember, buy the dip.